Whatever you say, bro.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Alright. For real this time. We're all here. Now, we've got all the homies from Black End, and we're going to make this Pokemon Unite tier list for patch 1.5.1.4, I think, when Espeon released today. Espeon will be included in this tier list, and we're just here to like kind of come up with some opinions on what we think are the best Pokemon in the game, what are the worst, and also probably start some controversies about what we think about each other's Pokemon, but that's all part of the fun, so we're going to get started right away.
Start the Discord stream.
Yeah, let me start this. Do this, and then...
I say
Where...
we go in order, like in order of whatever Pokemon's like in that order. We just go off of that, and then we just like and the thing is, we have to come up like as a democracy what we think this Pokemon is like. So we either have to take a vote at the end, or we just argue until we all figure out what we think.
How do I make this bigger? Hold on.
Why does the tier list look like this already?
Alright, hold on. Yeah, let me refresh the tier list. Hold it. Alright.
It's still gonna be the same.
Is it?
He just has to go. He has to just.
Yeah.
Oh my god! How do I reset? All right. So I want to make one tier. How do you make another?
We're starting
tier?
off with a hot tot. Let's go. We're starting off with Veenie Weenie.
Wait, no. How do we make another tier? Add a row above. I'm blind. All right, that's plus. All right. I don't think anybody's going to argue that Hoopa should be an S+ tier. And that's a fact.
No. Don't start there. Start in order. Go.
What do you mean start in order?
Venusaur, Gengar, and then Mime.
Oh, you want to do this?
Yeah.
No, I think it's easier to do in tier. It's much easier to do in tier.
No. It's way harder to do it tiers wise.
Wait, for real?
Yes, for real.
Fine. Okay.
All right. Then eventually you're like, oh, I forgot about this Pokemon. Put him in A tier.
All right, that's fine.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Venusaur, definitely A.
Venusaur, A.
All right, let's. Okay, so we're gonna wait. First, hold on. We're gonna come up with some general definitions, right? So, S+, you already know what Pokemon I want to put there, but it's like this Pokemon must be in every team comp, otherwise you are definitely at a disadvantage, no matter what, right? S is like you can pick these Pokemon for any team comp, and you are probably gonna be good no matter what. But you can kind of replace each other. You can kind of like replace them with each other and it'll be fine. But they're still really strong. A is you can pick any of these Pokemon in the kind of team environment. It will be optimal if you have like a very specific situation for them and like make sure that you have a good team comp around it. But it will be like the best Pokemon in its role for what it's trying to do. So I'll probably think like right now like Cinderace, you definitely put that up there. Venu, sure. Pikachu, those kind of Pokemon. I'll probably put in A tier, but okay, whatever. I'm trying to get definitions. And then B tier, C tier, we can think about that later. So we think Venu's A.
Who did?
Venu is easy to play, easy to carry. As a life.
Oh, so we're bringing skill into this. Huh?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm gonna be honest. I think, like, do we want to base this off what just the Pokemon can do itself? Because really, it isn't all. It's overall. It's hard to like go wrong on picking Venu every once in a while. Like it's really hard just to be like, you know what, Venu, like having a Venu means they're gonna.
Bro,
do
what is this ad?
Like,
pause that shit. It's distracting me.
It's not like you can pick Venu and just fucking shit the bed unless you just.
He's easy to one pick. Shut the fuck up, Gambro.
Easy to one.
Yeah, whatever, bro. All right. Thing is, like, all right, Venu definitely can be really bad into certain team comps.
Right.
I won't argue that, like, yeah, if you play into, like, tanky comps, he's really good. He's, like, would fit, I guess, the definition. Alright, fine, we'll put Venu A. And we'll go left is the highest, and to the right is, like, the lowest. So we'll go with that. What do you mean, thank you? What is this crap?
Because we were all about to fight your ass if you were to put him in B.
Why am I? I'm the only. Why am I the only player? Why am I the only player that plays Venu in this patch, though?
Because you're a one trick.
Shit, you said it, not me.
Dude, it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
I don't know what response you expected.
But if apparently it's so easy to play, then wouldn't other people play it more if it's really this good?
Well, I mean, okay,
Well,
no offense, Kyrios, but literally every attacker in this game is easy to play. Ninetales, Pikachu, Venusaur, like.
So why aren't people playing
Venus at this point?
Why are people playing like every other attacker that I would consider good, except Venusaur?
Because they don't like Frog.
Because what I played? What? What does that even mean?
I mean, okay, well, let's look at it like this then. If we look at the bot lane right now, what, like, when it comes to bot laners, do we think more oppressive bot laners, like, say, Pikachu, Ninetales, ones that, like, scale, like, damage pretty early and can stay pretty consistent, are better than options like Venusaur that scale, like, at, like, level 7, 9, and 13?
I mean, if you go into a game against, like, whatever score count, for example, like, you play against Sylveon or Blastoise, and, like, Blissey, then you would say, like, Venusaur is probably the best attacker in the game to play against that kind of comp. But again, you could also make an argument that, like, Ninetales is also really good because you could just rather rely on, like, your Aegislash or your Cinderace jungle to just kind of 1v5 their team comp, and you don't have to actually, like, try to kill anyone as Venusaur. My thing is, when I want to pick Venusaur against that comp is because I want to kill everybody on their team when they play that kind of comp. But you can probably do something where you just, like, kind of support your jungler who can also 1v5, and then not really have to think about, like, playing Venusaur and having to deal with a weaker laning phase. Okay, we're talking about one Pokemon. Why is Venusaur the first one? Why is Venusaur the first one?
We have all the time in the world.
Think about it too.
We have all the time in the world.
Venusaur is just easier to Decidueye too.
Venusaur is easier to Decidueye.
No, Venusaur.
Oh, okay. Venusaur. Okay, that's fine. Venusaur sucks. Venusaur just sucks.
Maybe you suck at it.
No, it's just bad. Venusaur is bad.
I don't know.
Dude, Overlord, I have to disagree. I think Venusaur is kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie.
Venusaur is just not good.
Go next, guys.
Go next. Okay, Gengar.
Alright, that's fine.
It's
Gengar?
a debate between A and B. It really depends on where y'all. I'd say B personally.
I
don't know if anybody else wants to spark a debate.
So yeah, here's the thing. If you thought about picking Gengar into like a really squishy kind of team, nice. What's up, bro? We just started with Venusaur. So if you want to think about picking Gengar, right, into like a really squishy team comp, that's what you probably consider like Gengar really good into. Wouldn't you rather just pick Greninja, and he's just better?
Well, I'd say Gengar is just the Pokemon that how do I word this without being like really offensive? Like, bad teams pick Gengar and have success against better teams because they can, like, with that one-shot, like, surprise factor they can have on teams.
Yeah, like, if you're facing Reflex on ladder, you just one-shot.
True, actually, yes, exactly.
Oh,
it kind of does the same thing for me that, like, when Pikachu started becoming meta dead, where it's like, oh, people didn't know how to deal with the fact that it just had a surprising amount of damage. But now that people have kind of seen Gengar for, like, a patch, like, people know how to play against it. It kind of
now that you see it, it's not a big deal anymore. That's why I say it's B, personally.
Yeah, you wouldn't see like Gengar in like any tournaments. Like, we wouldn't expect to see Gengar tomorrow on G4. Or if they did, they would get destroyed.
Well, I'd say if you see it, it's a pocket pick. It's definitely something you don't see consistently.
Like, if you see Hexag in your red game, you're fucked. But, like, any other player.
Red game.
But even if they pick Gengar, right, like, we know exactly what he wants to do. He's always just going to look for a pick and not really do anything else.
Right.
And if, like, Greninja is also extremely good at doing that, but at the same time, like, his early game is a little better. His 7 is much stronger. He scales.
Only on 5 stacks, by the way.
Yeah, there's like competitive tier lists.
This is only
Yeah, but actually,
solo queue.
yeah, we should probably make it competitive.
Gengar should be B tier.
Competitive.
I say B. Yeah, no, I
For
said that
now.
at the beginning.
Like, at the beginning, too.
Let me
you
just
can't,
play
like,
this.
At the beginning of the, like, before you put too many, you can't be, like, too meticulous and, like...
Yeah.
Because we can adjust it later.
Yeah, we can adjust it later. Mime is C.
I don't play defenders enough.
I think
it's
mine's C tier.
Dog.
You think Mime is D tier?
Dog. Put that thing in.
Why? So wait. Okay, let's just think for 1 second. Like, why was Mime picked so much before, and why is he not picked anymore?
Because Lax was meta. It was the Lax counter.
They nerfed him?
His ult is useless.
Well, the main thing was that he was very good against Lex because he could actually out-secure Lex, which is like the one main thing that Lex wanted to do. And then he got countered by Wiggly because Wiggly could kind of just kill him before he got to secure. And he should, like, conceptually be pretty decent against Blissey. But Blissey also has the safeguard to kind of nullify this thing.
Blissey has safeguard.
Yeah.
Someone with literally over 740 games on Gengar, I'll throw him in higher B tier, if not low A, because his burst potential is great, and his follow-up is pretty good. I think the thing is with Gengar, it's just like, you would rather just kind of pick Greninja, because Greninja has a really good pick.
Wiggly, but yeah, it's still.
But he also scales, and Greninja's like ranged. Greninja's just like kind of better Gengar in that sense. Like, he doesn't one-shot people, but like he does like half their HP, but has consistency. That's the problem.
Put Mime on D. I think it's
Mime
just
D,
that simple.
Mime D.
Mime D.
Yeah, I think unfortunately Mime is going straight into D tier. You would never pick this champ. Like
Hey,
this
Michael,
patch,
what's
it's
the
never
win
good.
Rate, Michael? What's the win rate on Lax right now? Let's just say it out loud.
I could say both of them. I think both Mime and Lex are like 45% win rate.
Oh,
like,
see, I
Lex is
think it's D
44.
tier worthy. I don't think
Lax
Black C tier.
It's the
I
two
think Lex is-
lowest win rate characters in top 10,000.
I think Lax is better than Mime.
Yeah.
I think Lax is better than Mime, but he wouldn't go in C tier. I would say that like
I would put him in D.
a Pokemon.
Well, what
You
else
really-
would you put in C?
What would you?
Let me see.
But like D tier is like you would never pick these Pokemon ever. Like when
Yeah,
would you ever pick
I've
Snorlax?
seen, I've seen at least a couple. I have not seen a Mime in the past one.
I think we should just do a quick sweep.
Yeah, and then
Okay,
if
that's
you
fine.
wanna switch it, if you
Within
wanna
two
switch
characters,
it,
within
Alright.
2 tiers, that's fine. Just put them in C for now. Doesn't
Yeah, that's
matter.
fine. Guardy B. I'm gonna put Guardian B. You think Guardy's A? I disagree. I disagree with A.
Like,
I think
it
it's
might
B.
transition into something better if people stop playing the flip comp, but if you face a Blastoise as Gardevoir, you're fucked.
Yeah,
Absol.
fair enough.
Yeah, Absol is the same thing as Gengar, no? I think Absol's better. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Absol's better than Gengar. I also think Gardevoir is better than Gengar.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely,
both- they're
it's
all B.
flexible. You can play it in multiples. Like,
Garchomp?
Garchomp is like.
I think Garchomp.
I think B.
I would
Gengar?
not put Garchomp in
I think it's
C.
B.
I think he's B.
I think it's
not
I
put him in
think-
C.
Is he better than Gengar? What do you think?
Yes.
Jungle, yes. And he's
Garchomp's
playable.
better than every character in V.
Garchomp's better than
He's better than
Garchomp's better than Absol?
I
He's
don't know
not
about
better
Absol.
than Gardevoir. He's
I would
not
put him better than
Gardevoir.
Guardy.
I think he's better than Guardy as well. I have to agree with that.
It's.
I think so.
It's
Yeah, I
just like-
I don't think he's better than Guardy. Guardy is really telegraphed too. Same thing.
Well, maybe.
Gardevoir is also squishy in the mobile.
Slap it in
Oh, here we go, baby! Lucario.
That's plus.
Lucario.
Plus.
Alright, this is one. This is one that we can take good time for.
Are we saying that Luca is not like
character?
Okay,
I
okay.
feel like-
Here's my argument for S plus. He's no bad matchups. He can 1v2 lane, and he's the most flexible like abilities. Like you can
Okay,
go any
but-
the 4 abilities.
Look at the difference between Hoopa and Lucario. Hoopa has a 100% pick rate and 100% win rate in every
Well,
single
yeah,
game.
but I think they can
Mario
both be
does
S
not.
plus. I think
Mario
they
does
can both
not
be S
have-
plus.
You think
I
both?
don't think Lucario
Well,
is
that's I think Cinder C because no one plays Cinder.
Okay, but no. Here's the thing.
The amount of counters to E-Speed Luca in this game at this point, I don't think it can be as
Okay. Yeah. So here's the thing.
Okay.
The reason why Hoopa and Lucario shouldn't be in the same tier is because you cannot replace Hoopa with anything else in the game right now. It is impossible.
You
For
can
anything-
replace Luca with something.
Yeah, you cannot replace Hoopa with anything close to the amount of utility Hoopa provides. You can't do Eldegoss. It's impossible. It's not even close. You would never ever pick Eldegoss over Hoopa in any situation. But with Lucario, you could say Lucario is good into every comp. That's fine, but there can be potential for something else to be played. Probably worse than Luca, like probably a little worse, but not in my opinion to the point where. Not to the point of like Hoopa being better than Eldegoss, like that difference. That difference is like this big, like massive, and like Luca and like
Put him in S.
Machamp.
Put him in S for now.
Yeah.
I say S.
I don't know.
There's never gonna be a
Do you think,
situation
like,
where there's never gonna be a situation where I say that like switching out Lucario is the right play no matter what you're playing.
It's really it's hard to say. Yeah.
I
Also,
think there's enough E-Speed counters in the game. EU also thinks that EU doesn't even run E-Speed Luca.
They run pop.
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
they?
They run
They run
Pop
Pop
because
because
they
they
want
wanna
to E-Speed good.
I think
That's
yeah.
different,
Just slime him
though.
in us. Just slime him in us. for
Different.
now.
I think
Also,
it's S.
Yeah, just put him in
because-
S for now.
Yeah. Also, like Hoopa is brain dead, easy.
they run
Luca
shit.
isn't. That's a little bit.
Russell D. easy.
Russell's going straight into D. I think he's better than Mime though. I think he's better than Mime. But
Okay,
he's going
Greninja,
into D.
S.
I think Greninja. This is hard. This is hard.
Rangers S. The characters-
Okay.
A.
I'm gonna put him in A, and I'm gonna explain later why I think he's A. But I'm gonna put him there for now.
It's better than-
He's better than Venusaur. He's better than Venusaur. Talonflame B.
B.
Put
B.
Talonflame in.
I think Talonflame is B.
It's
No,
better than Garchomp. And Absol. It's better than Absol.
better than Absol.
Like five.
I think-
you can go. You have to think like you can go
Oh,
two.
that's a good-
I think after the nerf, Talonflame is worse.
It
But
enables different playstyles that also work into the late game. I think it's
when like does like 2 levels higher than enemy.
yeah, but Uzi, I agree. Gren is high A because of the existence of other champs that we'll get to later, but Gren is high A. But Talonflame, I think Absol's better than him. I think Absol's better than him.
No, dude.
You serious?
For Absol to be useful, you have to be 1 to 2 levels higher than the enemy team. Talonflame can literally be equal levels behind, and he can still one-shot squishies really easier than
I
Absol.
think Absol's better than Talon.
I think Talonflame is better.
Talon's ult.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking. This positioning is what I'm thinking.
I think Talon is worse than like Gardevoir. That's where I put it.
Bro, the only team in existence that runs Absol is maybe sometimes IX. There's actually still some teams that still run Talon.
I feel like Talonflame is the only thing that can like solo carry a Venusaur, so just getting a free game.
Like, people
Yeah.
still play Talonflame. They still play both movesets.
I think
There's
Ren
only one
doesn't
team
Ren,
that plays
doesn't Ren still play Talon? Like he's willing
Yeah,
to play it.
Kratos plays Talon.
Widow still plays it.
The only,
I'm
there's
sure
literally
Chaotic would
one
bring it.
player. There's
Actually,
one player in 16
I
plays
I
Absol.
might
One
yeah I might place Absol lower now that I'm thinking about like what teams play Absol. I might put Absol here. I think Absol is actually worse than what I thought originally.
Yeah, Garchomp actually has like
I think Garchomp, Guardy, and the next thing I'm also thinking Charizard. I think Charizard's here. Or
I think Charizard's
Charizard's
A-tier.
better than Garchomp.
do you think Charizard's better than
I
Garchomp?
think
Hmm.
I think Charizard
No,
is
Charizard's
B,
better than
but
Talon.
I think
It's
I
top
think
of B, I
Char-
feel like.
I think Charizard is
Top of
high
B.
B for the mere fact that there is a lot of things in this game now that can cancel his Unite. Like if you look at the meta as
Yeah.
True.
if a team knows how to play around, like say like Slash knows how to use his like safeguards and all with Unites go on as well, like I really think it's hard for a Charizard to get an ult.
Charizard's better than Talon. Charizard should be
Yeah,
better
I
than
think
Oh,
Talon.
no,
Hey, give me a
I
sec.
said high B. I said
Yeah,
I think-
I think Charizard.
I think Charizard's really good, like just overshadowed by others.
Reflex. The way Charizard Unite works, Safeguard does not.
I think Charizard's better than Vino.
okay.
If there's
Charizard's
like,
better than Venusaur?
I'd
That's
say to the
hard.
right of Venu right now.
the only
I put him in
Pokemon
A.
that
Charizard's this high?
counters
Do you think so?
Charizard,
At least, yeah.
I feel like any team could play Charizard and wins it.
Charizard's really good in
Charizard, yeah, like, does Charizard really have any bad matchups? Not really.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Blastoise is the one. Blastoise is probably the one matchup that Star can't win.
Blatantly obvious, other than I guess Blastoise.
Yeah,
It-
Blastoise.
It's kind of not the best.
Alright, Zera C,
I
Cinder C,
This is easy C.
Cinder C.
yeah, I think Zera is better than Lax.
Cinder is A.
Yo, chill. Wait, I think Zera is better than Lax, but should he? He's not bottom of B. You think?
I use
No.
Lax.
Oh, I think
No.
Zero is in C.
I think Zera's in C
So-
as well.
You think Zera's C? He's pretty bad. He's
I
pretty
think
bad.
Crustle is better than Lax.
Actually, I put Lax in D. That character does nothing.
I said that earlier, please.
Crustle is so bad.
Crustle does
Wait, what?
nothing, bro.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, Snorlax can actually be like useful for block. His secure in lane is good. He's also a single level shooting Pokemon, so like he actually doesn't do bad damage.
Crussle's a
This is
1v9.
done.
How is Crustle 1v9? Well, not me. Crustle is trash. Crustle is actual garbage. That Pokemon does nothing. I'm not moving Crustle from there. He's so bad.
Alright,
Cinderace.
dies quickly.
I think
Cinderace.
Cinder is either the top of A right now, like this patch specifically that we're making it for, or
But no one plays Cinder. But no one plays Cinder.
I think
No one plays Venusaur.
We have to be
Better than
realistic
Vino.
about
I
it.
wasn't here when Vino was put in A. I'll just say that.
Where do you think Venus should be played then?
I think he's high B. I would rather have a Pika. I'd rather have a Sylveon probably.
I'd probably put them above him, but
But-
yeah.
You'd rather have Pika and Sylveon than
The
Venus?
thing with attackers, I
Well,
actually
Cinder's
don't
less
think-
played
I don't
than
think there's a
Talon
bad
and
match.
Absol, so below Absol.
I actually don't think there's a
What?
Why
Alright,
does no one play Cinder? Why does no one play Cinder?
because they are
They're
all
not good
Greninja
enough
one
for them.
trick.
Because
They're all
Gren's way.
Greninja one trick.
Because Gren's way better.
Not way
I
better.
mean,
I don't
At the
think.
same time,
I
we
don't
get
think.
fucked by any Greedent and Blastoise.
I don't think.
yeah.
I legitimately think. I legitimately think that people would rather use less skill to play Sylveon and Blastoise than pick Cinderace.
I'd say Cinder is A as well because of the way.
Because, like,
Blastoise-
spoiler, I would put Sylveon and Blastoise both in S. and people would just rather play this easier Pokemon than play Cinderace. That's why they don't play it.
Sylveon and S, really?
Sylveon does the one buff gank and playing like that playstyle top better than any other Pokemon in the game.
Sylveon has the only
Yeah, but that playstyle,
Physical defense.
but that
You don't get
playstyle,
level 9 on any Pokemon.
Okay, okay.
but
think about
that
this,
that
think about
playstyle is winning both EU and a Aeoscope.
Okay, but think about if Sylveon didn't have the special defense reduction, they would replace it with Lucario.
Yeah, but it does. What's the point of that argument?
But like, the only reason it's picked is because of that one factor, and it's in a couple comps.
Yeah, but it should. Okay, we're not gonna talk Sylveon right now. But I'm saying that like they would rather pick these easier junglers than pick Cinderace, and that's the only reason it's not played right now. But Cinderace can probably have almost no bad matchups except for like Greninja, which is I still think like more even. But Talon is probably his worst matchup, and Talon isn't good this patch. And Talon's not good this patch.
Yeah, and if anything, like, because Blastoise and Greninja is being, like, especially Blastoise is being played a lot, it's really favorable for it to have a Cinder on your team. Especially with
But we'll get back to it.
Blast being played in the attacker role.
Okay, Aldi, I think it's somewhere in B. I think Aldi isn't bad. I don't think Aldi is bad, but Hoopa is so good.
The problem with LD is that I think, like, obviously LD would get picked every game of Hoopa.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't
So the
how
tier,
good it is, 'cause
yeah, exactly. The tier isn't exactly like how good are these. Like it takes into consideration how good the Pokemon are in
what if you
comparison,
played
right?
Hoopa LD? How good would Hoopa LD be?
Hoopa LD would be.
S and D tier. It's
That's
so
kind
sad.
of where you judge it off of, right? Because
Hoopa-
I agree with Mike. What Mike just said. Hoopa is S and D tier at the same time, and it's really depressing because of the way the game is right now.
The thing is, like Hoopa LD doesn't necessarily sound bad, but it's more just like the meta right now isn't necessarily like trying to have Greninja and Cinder 1v9.
Eldegoss, but in EU, some teams still run LD. But
Some teams like it.
I think in D tier would probably.
Yeah, I also think it's in D
is
tier.
fair.
You think it's C? You think it's C?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we have to take Elo's opinion. We have to take Elo's opinion pretty seriously. So, why is it like C but not like? Why is it C but not B?
Because
So you're pretty much only judging the attacker, and like, I'm pretty sure it's really not that great attacker.
Why-
Attacker?
No, it would be support.
Right.
Would probably be attacker.
No, yeah, I'm saying EU runs Hoopa attack and when LD Hoopa X attack, and according to Gek, like nothing can beat that lane. Like they can 2v3 lanes with X
Yeah,
attack.
the lane is
LD.
Yeah, LD loses value.
Bot, like the
LD
one piece of bot
yeah.
lane is kind of a
Yeah, because the thing is, the only time you would ever pick LD this patch, right, is if you have Hoopa on the same team playing attacker. But Hoopa being attacker can only work with Trick. Hoopa with Portal and then playing Eldegoss is like not useful.
not okay.
Like the trick with the Eldegoss was what kept like, you know, Duraldon alive,
I mean,
like
hell,
during that
that's
patch.
what y'all did.
But-
y'all did it.
yeah,
Y'all
during-
were
yeah,
running-
you-
y'all
you
were
keep-
running the trick Hoopa like trick
Yeah.
support bottom, and it was doing really well.
It works because it just all you do is keep the Duraldon alive, and the Leaf Tornado is really good for that. But trying to like play that kind of playstyle, like long, elongated team fights with sustain from Hoopa and Eldegoss doesn't work. You just put a portal.
It's an ultra. It was playing.
I'm trick
All-
so
All you do is
Trick
put
got
yeah.
shit on.
All you do is portal, and you just heal with full HP. What's the point of having another healer, right?
Right.
Better than
Saying-
Zero. Yeah.
Saying Hoopa's S plus because he's the only one that's played. Shouldn't every other support be just be D tier automatically?
There's no other real support in the game though.
Basically, I mean.
But
that's
you would
kinda-
never play LD, so shouldn't it be D tier then?
That's not, bro.
talking about LD with
Flash literally just said you spam.
I-
No, I didn't say they spam it. I say some teams still.
Some teams still
Not
like
a
it.
lot.
They like the Hoopa attacker with LD. Like apparently it's
Yeah,
with
I
Espeon,
just-
it's a
I
really
just
strong
think-
bot lane.
Yeah.
I think
I-
LD would get picked more than Sarah in first.
Yeah, I think you would rather pick. I still want to put LD at the bottom of B, but I mean high C. We'll go with that. All right, we'll go with that. Yeah, yeah.
C is an awful area for it. I don't think it's.
All right.
It's so hard.
Cramorant B, bottom of B, or it's like somewhere here. I think it's somewhere lies like here.
I feel
Cramorant,
like I would rather have the Absol on my team than
a Cram.
I don't know.
I'd rather have Gengar. I'd rather have Gengar than Cramorant on my team. Like, I'd rather not play Cramorant and have a Gengar.
I would rather have a Gengar than a Cram. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I think without EXP bug, this Pokemon is terrible.
That was the only
Blissey-
reason Pokemon
yeah.
spiked in popularity.
know
was
the
because
air
of the bug.
Blissey,
God,
Blissey
God
is
came by.
yeah, Blissey is
Yeah,
also
true.
Blissey being, in my opinion, S is the reason why this champ doesn't do anything. You can't get CC'd ever.
It's bad.
Unless Slash is your pussy.
True.
What?
Well, it's
True.
not necessarily true because I think Cramorant can actually break the safeguard shield really easily.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If the safeguard, wait, so if the Twister, the Hurricane, does more damage than the safeguard shield, they don't get knocked out.
No, but you just have to play it differently. If you surf the shield and then you hurricane, you still get like that
You-
1 second of CC.
You could actually stop the portals, yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
can
could.
also
You,
stop
you could stop.
But, like,
backs on.
You have to play at that level of precision when you could just play Pikachu.
But
Just put
it's
it
not
below
that
Gengar.
hard.
Or just put it below Gengar
I mean,
for
and the
now.
thing is there any? Does anybody like have any real like Cramorant players that like that could even do that? Like, is there any good
Me.
like?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Red game
Those
scares
guys
me more than any
B.
Cramorant. B. Okay.
I think it's B.
Blastoise.
Blastoise is S. I think it's better than Lucario. I don't think it's a
I
question.
agree. He can
Really?
be played in fucking.
I think
like,
Blastoise is
at
better.
least 2 roles.
I think you
It
can
is very
pick
flexible.
Blastoise in both.
roles.
I think you can pick Blastoise. Yeah, that's also a really good point, Nick. You can pick Blastoise.
You can pick it in 4 rolls.
You can't pick a defender. Don't pick a defender. It's terrible in defender.
What?
It's bad defender.
Shit, here we go.
Do you really think Blastoise is a good defender?
I've never believed.
Dude,
I've never
scale.
believed in this
No,
game
I think-
that Blastoise
I
is
think
a
you could
defender
pick
player
Blastoise.
role.
Well, I guess it
don't
wouldn't
think
be
so.
considered defender, but I think you could pick Blastoise.
Yeah, like Blastoise maybe. Yeah, like you would never pick Blastoise for the role of like trying to like get utility in team fight.
Work if Blissey did not exist.
If it's a
Yes.
defender, it's
You-
a B tier.
But if you want to pick defender, like it would be for the purpose like trying to provide utility, which should only be like Surf Hydro Pump, right? But
Right.
that build is trash. You would always go Rapid Spin, Water Spout,
To me,
I don't think Surf Hydro. Oh, no,
Shut-
Surf Hydro.
Surf Hydro, whatever,
Rapid Spin.
whatever, man.
to me, it's
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 good.
just like the
Surf
fact,
good.
the
Surf
fact
Hydro's
that
not bad. Yeah, never
the
got
fact that this Pokemon.
But,
can
like,
play
you-
the attacker
but
role
if
at
you
this
play-
point is just to me, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I don't think there's much argument for the defender role. Like I don't think it's a good argument because like also you play you play against Blissey.
He's the second best.
The
yeah, like
utility
Blissey
build
is
wasn't
good.
bad top, but being level 6 for Dreadnought as Blastoise just sucks. Like as the
Yes,
defender,
it
you-
sucks ass. It's horrible.
I think
It's so
Blastoise top is better than what we kind of consider it like as. Like it might be like pretty weak in lane, but it's really easy to be safe on Blastoise.
I mean, we can all agree it's better than Luca, though, right?
Oh,
Like, all of us
it's better
agree
than
on
Luca.
that
It's better
at
than
this
Luca.
point in the game.
No-
At this
no
point
shit.
in the game, like,
I feel like Lucas, but I feel like Lucas broke. I wouldn't give Blastoise that credit.
Okay,
so you're
Who-
saying so
okay.
Milo and Mike think that
I don't
Luca is
care
better
about
than-
Blastoise, but I think there's only 2 characters in the game that are better than Luca. I think it's fucking.
oh hold on.
Blissey and
So who thinks that Lucario is better than Blastoise?
I think Lucario is better than
I think it
Blastoise.
could be either or. I can go with I can agree with
That's
it.
a useless opinion. Shut up, Reflex. Who else? Elo?
Hold up.
I'm serious. He says he says he's good with either. He says he's good with either. I don't care if you're good with either. I care if you're good with one or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Come with the second part of it.
What second part? Tell me.
But I was gonna say, but the reason that Blastoise can literally like, especially like, can be played in fucking 3 roles like confidently, especially 2 confidently, jungle and attacker. I just think that just makes it better than Luca in my opinion, but that's just me.
Dude, Blastoise just has like way too much.
And I do, and like Nick just said, I think he don't get me wrong, Luca provides a lot, but I think Blastoise just causes more
Yeah.
Blastoise
chaos
being
on the map.
hold like 3 minutes and like
Yeah.
hella tanky, like
With energy amp, it's not
high
okay.
impact,
It's
high
not
impact
okay.
ults. One of the
Yeah.
best ults in the game.
Yeah, I think the
And he's
flexibility.
tanky, like really
Yeah.
hard to kill.
I think the flexibility of playing Blastoise in the 2 roles is a good point. I also think that Rapid Spin Water Spout just does too much damage for
I
how
think
tanky
the
he is.
level
Like he
14
just
buff
does way
is
too much
stupid as
damage.
well.
Yeah, the buff 14, whatever. You're not gonna hit 14 on Blastoise that often, but I'm just saying like
Dude, level 13 on Blastoise is actually the best 13.
yeah, I just think like when you play Blastoise, it's very hard to make mistakes. That's the problem. Like
Uh-huh.
you can't really
Punish.
do anything wrong on Blastoise because he's really hard to kill. His ult is spammable. He's unstoppable, and he also counters tanks because you just run through them.
That was my next point as well. Like Luca being broken is also dependent on the Luca player. Like no, like I'll just say comparing me and Overlord. If you watch me, I probably look like a B tier fucking Lucario, but then you see Overlord play and he's like an S plus.
No, he's
Lucario
also
player.
B. He's also B. Bad
It's just,
argument.
I just think like, but see with a Blastoise player, you just see them do the same thing, go in and fucking.
No
and
one's
just
laughing, Nick.
Shit on each other.
Yeah.
That's messed up, bro.
But you
That's
get
messed
my
up.
point. Like it's like
Yeah.
so how are you supposed to punish a Blastoise a lot of the time? Like they actually
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
just full on
I
run
agree,
down
I
for
agree.
them for you to punish them. But
Yeah.
a Luca
It's just
player,
better than
you try-
Luca.
It's very hard to punish.
Yeah, it's better than Luca, no question. Pikachu, I think
A strong A.
I think
No,
it's
maybe not high, but mid.
is it better than Cinder though? I don't think it's
really strong right now, in my opinion, and Cinderace is that much harder to play.
I don't
I
think
think,
yeah.
I think it's
I don't
It
think it's
also
better than
depends what
Greninja. So we can agree that it's not better than Greninja.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
definitely not better than Greninja. It's definitely mid, or it's like I
So-
would say it's mid, but that's just me.
I think
it's
Pikachu
definitely better than Venusaur.
I think Pikachu in this patch, and you guys might flame me for this, is less useful than Venusaur into most of the comps that are meta right now.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
totally right. Like against any Blastoise.
You would rather pick Venusaur into a lot of comps that are good right now and look at like all the S tier Pokemon that we're gonna put in the future. Like look at those Pokemon and then look at the attackers and say, what would you rather have? Venusaur for Pikachu every time. I don't think it's a question.
Right.
So I think you'd rather just pick. I would put this like here or maybe here, but Pikachu is
A9's S.
A9's
Uh,
S.
Yeah, it's the best.
Ooh, that's an interesting opinion. I like that.
It has the best
Wait.
ability in the game.
Okay, so yeah, I think can we agree with this? Pikachu worse than Vino?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm fine
Yeah.
with that right now.
Assuming it's because we're playing against flip comps and like tanky stuff, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean the S tier Pokemon are just like yeah.
I mean, last tourney, what?
We're gonna. I want to come back to Venusaur or Cinderace. That'll be interesting. Okay,
Clefable
Ninetales.
is-
Clefable.
is-
Clefable is need a new tier.
Non-existent.
Need a new tier. How do I do this? What?
Just add him to S plus and go,
Add a row below.
bro.
Oh,
Not in game.
wait, I'm trolling.
Oh, what is happening? Someone else pilot us, please.
He's got it. He's got it.
Alright.
Okay, Ninetales. This is the
Okay.
one that we're all gonna argue.
Okay, hold on. Let me put my opinion first as someone who's played this Pokemon and also like almost every other attacker in the game. Ninetales.
Rejected S tier.
Shut the hell up, man.
It counters Lucario. It's S.
When encounters my champ. When S plus. Shut the hell up, bro.
But Lucario is so broken, guys. So anything that counters it's OP.
Okay, so here's what I think. Ninetales can be played into any comp in the game. So, as much as it hurts to say, it's probably yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, as much as
Wait,
it hurts to
let me
say.
ask you, Elo, do you agree with this? Because you did play this
This
Pokemon a lot
shit's
as well.
OP,
Yes.
bro.
It is.
The best.
It's busted and
Yeah.
easy as fuck. Its
There
ability
is
literally
nowhere
makes
you can go
take
wrong.
Less damage, you get move speed, boosted autos, and you heal.
And you can just
What does
run
that
X,
have- what does
and you can
Oroville
run
not
X
do?
attack.
What
You
does
can run X
Oroville not do?
I think each fan is like slightly better than Lucario. Put him in that tier. put it like a picture of Decidueye.
The thing is, Ninetales struggles against maybe 2 characters in this list, and it's like Blastoise and Gardevoir.
You would rather.
I think
Ninetales does good into. Ninetales is good into Blast. That's not bad.
Chillin'.
I
I'd probably
think it
rather
punishes
pick
punishes
Venusaur,
the
but yeah.
Blastoise because right after Rapid Spin,
you
he
can't
he
kill
gets
the Blastoise. I mean, not the Blastoise. You can't kill
I
the
always
Ninetales
think
Blastoise.
it's not that bad against Gardevoir because, like, the you can just like. engage
Ethan, you think Ninetales is worse than Greninja? No, Ninetales is not worse than Greninja. That's no way. I don't think that's true.
No shot.
Greninja is
Ninetales
good.
Really good.
Greninja is good, but he struggles a lot, in my opinion, into like kind of a lot of meta comps this patch.
I also think
in
of a
the
good.
flip meta, I guess.
It's also with Greninja, if he's not careful, he can get shit on by a Ninetales
Yeah.
really quick.
Like,
he's
if-
not careful, if he doesn't
yeah.
play it correctly.
But like, if you go into like a competitive tournament and you have no idea what the enemy team is gonna pick, Greninja is gonna be better than Cinder because you can play into like, you can kind of play it into tanks, but you can also definitely play into squishy comps. But Cinderace doesn't do that well to squishy comps that are looking to just kill him, so that's why Gren is better than Cinder. But there's no way Gren, I think, is as flexible as Ninetales. I think Ninetales you can just pick any.
With that being said, with like Ninja and Lucario like have the same thing where like these mobility style champions get shit on by Ninetales because of how fucking Aurora Veil Deagling work. Like it just shits on these mobility type characters where they can't.
Otter, do you actually think he is right? Like it's worse than Greninja, Ninetales?
Yeah, I was gonna say EU doesn't run it at all. And like, I don't think I've seen many Japan teams run it.
EU.
Japan didn't run it at all from what I remember.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, no, they did, but not since like the meta's changed.
okay, well,
There's
fucking Japan also won the tournament with Cinderace, so it's irrelevant.
89 after nerf is not as.
Like if you're playing the Cinderace,
Hold on, I gotta bring this
A9
light
is
real
just
quick.
Absolutely insane. Like putting it like top of A or having it in S is like where it is right now doesn't really matter to me.
If Flipcom didn't exist, then Grin would probably win it.
Alright.
But every other comp you play right now is fucking Flipcom, so...
Alright.
It's
Wiggly.
hard to say. We'll come back to that. We'll come. Wait, let's make some notes. What are we coming back to? We're definitely going back to Venusaur, Cinder.
A9, we're going back to
Just
A9.
look at each column afterwards.
Yeah, look at
Yeah.
each
That's
column and we can.
Wiggly.
It's kinda bad.
Top of C.
I think it's
Slowbro
bottom of-
ability.
Bottom of B.
Yeah,
It's
I think
definitely
Slipper's
an E.
slightly better than...
I feel like Wiggly's still better than Cramorant.
Wiggly's pretty bad. I'd put
It's pretty
Slowbro
hard
with
counted by Blissey though.
It's so overshadowed by Blissey.
So what? Well, would we say? Now I know this is like
Okay.
fucking irrelevant to the tier list, but what would you say? What would we say if like say they hard fucking nerf Wiggly or not Wiggly, but Blissey that like is Wiggly would Wiggly like automatically jump up to like A or even B?
If Blissey is
yeah,
you know,
of
Wiggly's
course.
the best character.
I
Slowbro's still good.
Slowbro's still really good too.
I
And
think
Trevenant.
even if Blissey,
Without Blissey, Slowbro Knight is a free kill. Not even.
yeah, I think without Blissey, Slowbro's better than Wiggly, no question.
Okay, real quick.
I think it's still better. I
Blissey
mean,
is
no,
absolutely
Slowbro's better than
lethal when
Wiggly.
Blastoise is S tier. Like having Wiggly Unite for Blastoise Unite, it's so good in itself that you cannot argue putting it in C over B tier.
Well, I mean, what is Wiggly gonna do when the enemy team decides to flip those out?
But you can also just you can.
try to slap.
But if Slowbro does more than Wigglytuff, you can just Slowbro ult the Wiggly. You can Slowbro ult the Blastoise ult too.
Yeah, exactly.
So why would you have to have Wigglytuff?
That's fine,
Yeah,
I'm just saying it's still offering stuff.
I think Wiggly is useless into every team comp.
I think Wiggly's bad, bro. I think it's C.
There's
but
nothing.
It's
Yeah.
like
I put it ahead
yeah.
of Eldegoss, but maybe like ahead of Cram, maybe.
Then it's B tier. They'll be like this.
Yeah,
You think-
I know,
you
that's
think-
what
you
I'm
think-
saying, like,
you think Cram-
It's very similar, top of C and ahead of Cram. Like Cram is barely in D, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be any
In
team
fact,
like.
C should stand for Cram. Move Cram down, bro.
C should stand for Crab.
Dude, you guys are actually just Cram haters.
I think
Yeah, you make it look like C.
I think the fact that you can do air slash dive makes it better than Wigglytuff in like a
You're
different
slash
tier.
Surf, bro. You're sleeping on the moveset.
Poor mana makes Wiggly
That's
S.
fine.
Fact.
It's good enough. I
Bro.
think Wiggly.
Bro is definitely better than Wiggly. That's no question. Dude, I
People
think
played Slowbro into Blissey and they just ult
Okay.
Blissey. And
here's my opinion. I think Bro could be A. I think Bro can be good into almost any comp in the game that's good right now. Which is
Yeah,
why I'm
that's
pretty
really
sure it
cool.
can be A.
I don't
I'm
think
pretty
this
sure it
is,
can be
like,
A.
I don't think it's that
think
out
he's
there.
better than
I think it's
Talon.
fine.
He's better than Talon, and like he's like the only pick that can contest Blissey.
I think he's better than every character in B.
I think it's hard putting tanks in A because I think Blissey is literally the most broken character besides Hoopa.
Yeah, but Slowbro.
I can put
Slowbro
Cram right here, I don't-
Beat
I don't
Blissey.
That's
Slowbro
fine.
can beat Blissey.
Slowbro is like a niche where you can like make stuff happen that
Maybe.
shouldn't be allowed to happen.
Yes, that might.
I mean,
be
I think I don't know. I think like 90% of the time you're just gonna want a Blissey. Like it's picked in literally every region.
I don't think Gengar's better than Talonflame. That's cap. That's actual cap. Talonflame's better than Gengar.
I think Gengar is better than Talon.
Really?
I actually think we understand.
Well, I think
thinking.
Talon should be bottom 2 too.
Okay, we'll come back. Okay, we'll put Talonflame with the. I mean, Talonflame, Gengar. That's fine.
Gonna come back. They'll listen. This
That's fine.
list is not even close to being
Yeah,
done.
All right.
We have a long way to adjust.
Machisly. Overlord thoughts?
Machizzle. I don't know anything about this Pokemon, so I'm really
It's
not
like
gonna say
Only
much.
pick to contest Lucario.
It's probably like top of A.
Top?
It does good.
Really?
No, not top of A. Fuck, top of B. my bad.
Top of B.
Yeah, it's good into. It beats Lucario 1 through 4, or like 3 first Bs.
Mhm.
It's decent into Greedent. I think it's kind of like trash into Tree. The only time you pick Machamp over Luca is maybe when the enemy comp is like Tree and Sword.
I feel like you're spot on.
But that's
Yeah.
a little. That's like Machamp is only banned to like very specific things. I want to put it at bottom of A. Like Machamp's
I
like.
don't.
But like,
I want to put him in B.
the thing that the reason I can't put Machamp A is because there's 2 characters on top that are just better than him, Greedent and Lucario. And Tree, you
Greedent.
could argue Tree is better than Machamp top as well if you wanted. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna argue too much about it. I don't know much about Machamp. Blissey. Do we think Blissey is better than
Blissey's
Lucario?
best, top of S.
Do you think Blissey's better than Lucario?
Blissey is the
Plus,
best
my-
character besides Hoopa, it's the best character in the game.
I would put it above this.
I'm Safeguard ult is just like such a loaded kit.
Debatable
Dude,
S
that
plus
kit
in my
is
opinion.
ridiculous, bro.
No, not as
No.
I'd put it above
Nothing is too
You
I put it
can
above
yeah
Blastoise.
you can pick like Bro in Defender, I think, and be okay, but you can't pick another support than LT.
Blissey does
We don't even play
literally
Blastoise
everything.
right now.
Blissey does everything.
We could pick like there isn't necessarily a reason that I'm not playing Blastoise. It's just like
Yeah.
I
no.
just want to play other things, but Blastoise is like nah. Blastoise is Thanos. Blastoise is actually Thanos.
Yes, he
But
is.
you
He's
could
actually-
play Ninetales, you could play Venus, you could play Pikachu. You have
But
so many
Blastoise
options. Whereas the
Blastoise can do what any of those
Also, I
Pokemon
think
do, but
Blastoise
better.
is also faulted a little bit by its early game because I think once you like Squirtle was like okay, but Wartortle was actually so trash.
Yeah, tell me how
Retortal is
Blastoise
garbage.
above Blissey. Like,
Yeah, Blissey above Blast.
Blissey is above
Chansey is good.
Because of his early game. Because of his early game.
On top
Like,
of that, if you
Blastoise is
look,
early.
if you look
It's
at it,
Blastoise-
bro,
Its Wartortle is trash.
I mean, Blissey's also just broken, bro.
Blissey is arguably the best.
Water Spout does suck. Water Spout sucks. Yo, let me put Blastoise down. I'm just kidding.
Take a look at what you have to do with Sylveon just to get Blastoise to work.
You don't need to do it to have Blastoise work. It's just like he has a weakness. He has a weakness.
with Blissey as well, like the reason also I think she's top is because Safeguard, like isn't it like Safeguard Plus as well? You get two characters that are unstoppable. It's like
Yo, well, you have like yourself and somebody else. That's just all the way from football.
well, still like it's to me it's just like you still like an unstoppable like that is just so valuable. I think it's just too
You
good.
get you get a fucking battle item. You get full heal.
You get a battle item.
Yes, you actually get a temporary full heal.
And also gives you a shield. I don't know.
Alright.
Is it a I'm
Well,
just,
Lucario has an ejector that resets and does damage, and he's a warrior. That's
Yeah.
what
well,
Cinderace an eject.
Cinderace has attack weight and X attack built into its
Okay, then put him in S+, but I'm just saying, like, your point that they have things that do held items is so dumb.
how is
Blissey most broken passive.
that makes
Wait, what?
no
Wait,
sense.
wait. Am I
You just
what?
said she has a full heal in her kit.
Wait,
so
slash.
that's-
Wait, what's Blissey's passive? What
I
is?
was
What's it?
think Blissey's broken, but
Yeah,
that's just.
Blissey's passive
That's
gets rid
bro.
of the stat.
Comparing eject button to Lucario.
Wait, hold on. Chill.
Shit I've never heard of.
Yo, chill.
Blissey's
Wait.
passive just gets rid of the status condition.
Oh, that's broken.
Yep, and then
Yes.
like Safeguard is full heal every 10 seconds with a big ass shield. And then her Unite is like literally probably like the best secure in the game besides
Destroys any CC stat drop and stacking effect every 6 seconds.
Gives whoever
Okay.
you Unite 50% defense buff or whatever, and like huge attack buff as well as making them unkillable. The only counter to Slug Unite in the game. and then she can also go help you hand her Egg Bomb. Egg Bomb's a bit better right now. Egg Bomb is also the only reliable counter to Hyperspace Hole Hoopa right now, which we said is S+ tier. Like,
The alternative would be Snorlax, but we already know where he is at the list.
Yeah, we're all right. I think this is a good spot. I'll agree. Mamoswine, I think it's worse than LD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is fine.
I really can't debate that.
I think this is fine, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay, Sylveon. Sylveon. This is.
This
Sylveon is only good in one comp,
But that comp is broken. No?
but that comp has counters. I mean, you could say the same thing about Score comp when it was OP.
It
Score
one
comp
day
was
was
OP,
got
but it
broken.
was only good in one comp. Right?
Otter just typed me out.
Tough. It's like a very specific.
It's hard. Yeah, it's very specific. That's the problem. So when we think about this tier list, right? We think about how flexible the Pokemon is, right? That's like a lot of our arguments for like Blastoise, right? Why he's so good, Blissey, because it can be played in any comp, right? Also Lucario, and also like I think Ninetales that can be played in like any comp and like kind of like be flexed across all different kind of strategies. But Sylveon, I guess, she is really weak unless you do like a 4-buff game comp, pretty much every game. So I would say better than
Zard.
Bro, for sure. Zard. Mid A. I think
Probably
Like
better than
Pikachu is better than Sylveon.
I think Pika.
I think.
I'd rather have Pika. I'd rather have Pika than Sylveon.
a normal comp.
But Pika doesn't excel. Pika doesn't excel
But
at
I
a
think
certain
it's better
comp
than
like
Pika,
so.
actually, no,
Yeah, I think Pika doesn't excel at a certain comp, but Sylveon does.
I guess. The thing about Pikachu though is like his flexibility, especially if you're playing like Greninja or
I
Cinder.
think
He doesn't need XP. He spams
Yeah,
ult.
true.
Like,
Pikachu. I don't know. I think Pikachu is
Provides
kind
a
of
lot of
bad now with the
utility,
Buddy
I
Bear
guess.
nerfs. The Buddy Bear nerfs
Yeah.
actually best
Pika-
Pikachu.
Yeah, Pika. I think I like Pikachu where it is, like in like mid A, like a very, very good Pokemon because like
yeah.
the laning is really good and a lot of like these kind of like whatever strategies of like trying to play weird bot lane and kind of like try to stabilize. Like I want to play Pikachu and make sure they get punished for it, right? Like I want to be really aggressive, but that's kind of like why it's been good. But
we want to value the strategies that seems like Random Gaming have been incorporating like before the comp that they were running for AS Cup. Like they were running Sylveon for a long time up until this point. Like I know this is for the specific patch, but there's probably just strategies that we are unaware of still.
so then why isn't like the 4 Mons and S plus Koopa the best comp? What does that mean? I'm confused. Why isn't the 4 Mons and S plus?
But he's saying why isn't Blissey, Blastoise, Lucario, Ninetales plus Hoopa the best comp? It might be.
Like pretty good comp.
Not bad. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a dumb argument, though. Like, you could say that you could make like an
L9.
ADC tier list, right? Compared to League, right? You have 2 ADCs in S+ tier for whatever reason, right? You wouldn't have both of them in the same comp.
How come Sylveon has such a thick outline? Like you can't even see the red background.
Actually, yeah, like a huge like
Oh, yeah,
the
just
silhouette.
black. I thought
The
black
silhouette,
was
yeah,
black.
the silhouette behind it. Just like, look at me. I won these regionals. Urgh. This
Around there
freaking
is fine,
monster.
Like silhouette to right of Pikachu, whatever.
I think I'll put it up here.
Greedent.
Greedent's better than Cinder.
Better than
Oh.
Machamp, right? Better than Machamp.
Greedent's better than Cinder in A tier. It's at the top of A, I think.
Jesus Christ. I don't think green's that high.
Nah.
I don't think green's that high.
I feel like whenever I play with a Greedent,
Bro,
you have to,
Greedent
like,
is
like it's
so
just
fucking
playing
good.
catch up the entire game.
That is not true.
Like, it's so solid.
I think it's
Not
this.
not top.
I think it's this.
Yeah.
I think Greedent can work, right? Like into Greedent can work really well Cause like,
Oh.
there's like 2 players that play green really well.
In NA.
In NA. Okay.
Yeah, every EU team knows how to play.
Every EU team has a gradient on their team. Every
Also,
Japan
every-
team has a gradient on their team. NA is the only region that doesn't abuse gradients.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe might be.
Yeah, this one's tough.
Yeah, this.
I mean,
like,
I know it's not based on solo queue, but green also has by far the highest win rate and in solo queue. by
Do we
anyone.
also think that
think
like this one
because-
kind of has the problem with Luca where it also depends on the gradient player as well?
It does depend
I
on the
think
player.
I think gradient can be played at a decent level by a majority of players, as opposed to Luca. Like I'd say they're both probably hard to play, but I think you could probably play gradients.
I don't know, cause I think
Might
at the
be
high,
easier than
like
Luca.
playing gradient at the highest, so let's say like art or the level that art is at is like kind of difficult. But I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying like if you play Lucario and Gradient, you take them at like a base level,
It's like
like the standard
biggest
player.
value of
I think
art-
it's easier to play Gradient at that level. Than it is to play
I think
Luca at
I
that
could
level.
play Gradient just as good as Art in like team fights and like laning in like 200 games. But like the secures, like you'd have to. That's where like your 1,000 game experience comes in.
just knowing exactly what kills and
Yep.
Isn't that kind of for any Pokemon though? Why is it specifically like important for
Tentative, I guess,
gradient?
for
It's
a lot of
different.
characters.
Gradient can like literally secure anything you want. Like you can run in with cover. Like
I
that's
mean-
not true for every Pokemon.
So you're saying it's
I mean,
not
I
the
don't know.
same. It's not. It's not.
EU thought Gradient was so broken that they would literally hit every objective at spawn if they had a Gradient there and the enemy team didn't, because they thought the secure was just that good.
Well, I'm saying, well, for Slash, do you think it's not? It doesn't apply the same as like, say, like a really good Greninja player, like knows the surf timing and they can just get in, like.
But Greninja can get one.
Yeah,
Greninja
it's
can get
different
one shot.
because you can
Oh,
kill
Green-
any other Pokemon. You cannot kill it.
Yeah.
Like Blissey's basically kind of the same thing, except she doesn't have as good of a secure.
Yo, what the?
You've seen
Yeah.
how much of a menace.
Yo,
she is.
damn.
Yeah.
Like Blissey is just that, but like is Gradient, but on a lesser scale. When she does that.
Fair.
No character disrupts game is hard.
And like Blissey
I-
has to run XP to do that as well. That's
And
just
You
whatever-
actually,
whoever
like,
said-
you actually like can't stop it.
Whoever said that in chat, curious, like whatever you just read, that's also true. She does cause a shit ton of fucking chaos in the match. She can also just like like to the point where like I'm not saying at like the high level, but like bad teams can like just get shit on by like the amount of chaos that a Gradient can cause because they panic way too easily.
Yeah, I think green. Yeah, I think green can do pretty much anything in any comp. It's not like does as much
I think
damage.
Gradient's worse than Ninja. But
You think green
I
is
think
worse than
Ninja's-
Ninja?
I think Ninja is like borderline. Like I could argue in Ninja being S tier, but I think Gradient would be top of A. But if Ninja's not S tier, then I'd put Ninja at the top of A. I think Ninja's.
Ninja. We have to go back to Ninja. I think.
We have to go back to Ninja Gradient.
I think Ninja. I think this entire top of A is hard to decide.
Oh yeah,
Ninja,
we're gonna argue
Ninja,
about
Cinder,
A for a
Venu.
while.
Ninja, Cinder, Venu is all hard to argue.
Alright. Dragonite, like I'd say like below Pika, maybe below Zard, but like maybe A.
You still think A?
I wouldn't say.
I would say
Oh,
D-Knight.
I would
Top
say
of
it's like
the
Machamp
A.
level.
I
Yeah.
would say it's with
Yeah.
Machamp as well.
I think it's like
I
Machamp.
think
level.
that's okay.
Okay,
that's
I
a good
think-
point.
I don't
Yeah.
like the
the Dragonite, but I also think Machamp can be more useful than.
Yeah, that's why I think
Yeah.
Machamp is like. Now I'm looking at Machamp. Maybe you could.
I think you
don't
can.
Like, I don't like putting Machamp in A, but I'm looking at the bottom of A, and I'm like, I think Machamp's probably better than
Start
Cinderace
like
and Zard.
it's, but I still think D-Knight is in like either the like top like for the top half of B, definitely not below. I still think he's better than like Gardevoir, Absol, Gengar. I think that, and I don't know. Do you
Yeah.
think he's better than Garchomp?
Yes, I think he's better than
Or then,
Garchomp.
Yeah,
like
both.
putting him in between like Talon and Gengar, or Talon and Garchomp. Sorry for now. Is
I think Dragonite's.
that too much?
I think
I
he's
think-
better than Talon.
I think Dragonite's better than Talon.
I would just
Okay,
put
so-
D-Knight behind Machamp. No,
Yeah. Okay.
I think you
fair.
could. I think Serena also probably you could put there as well.
I think Serena's also a great
I think-
tier.
D-Knight's better than I think D-Knight's better than Serena.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
s-
yeah.
you,
could put
you
Serena
see like
slightly
you
below.
see all 5 of the characters more often, like way more than Serena. No, like behind her in B.
all these characters.
A lot of success when we were playing Serena previously in scrims, but
I think Serena's
I didn't
underplayed.
like it more than Lucario.
I think Serena's underplayed.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I was playing in scrims and it was actually doing really, really well.
Yeah, we scrimmed the #1 Brazil team. They were playing Serena, and it was actually like,
Again, the only reason it suffers so much. Well, actually, this isn't even a Lucario problem because I think Serena's laning phase against Lucario is actually pretty good. The problem is just level 4 gank exists.
It kind of does the same thing Machamp does, where it's just kind of hoping that it'll somehow get kills in the mid game, and if it does, then it's gonna win the game.
Machamp just has a better laning phase. It's just less risky to play than.
If the E-Speed Luca gets like 2 levels ahead, it's hopeless. You're not gonna outspeed him.
Yep.
No, as Machamp, you can actually like a level 5
Yeah,
Machamp,
no, I'm
you
talking
can
about
still
Serena.
outsecure.
Serena, like if you're getting like I remember like you were trying out
Serena,
Serena
you'll
for,
get stuck at level 5 for a while if you're
like I remember you having to tell Chaotic to like he has to stay up a little bit longer just to try to get you to a certain point because
Serena's
if you don't,
too needy.
too needy, yes, needs too many resources from the jungler when the jungler is
But
already
if you
like
do
pathing
get a
his
Serena
tree.
going, then it actually just does. It actually can be more impressive than E-Speed Lucario.
Grassy Glide
You
Stomp is
you
really
can
broken.
you can quite literally Grassy Glide double stomp, ult someone, and they just insta die. Like you can insta kill any jungler.
And you get all your health back on top of that for all the damage that you're taking because Stomp just heals you.
But I haven't really tested Serena without Trick either. Though. Like the reason Serena was so broken, you put Trick
True.
on it when it stomps, it just goes
good
straight up
point.
from 1 HP to full HP.
Great point. I forgot about that too.
I think Trevenant is like really good, right?
I think
Trevenant's-
Trevenant.
Trevenant's
You
broken.
could you could
I
make
think
an
Trevenant-
argument for Trevenant being an S, but I think it's
mid
A.
high A at least.
I
Mid to high A, no questions asked.
I think Trevenant cannot be really played defender. I don't think it's good defender.
I don't think it's good. to
Top
play
lane, I think he's
I think
not
the
bad.
only role you would play.
Really good defender, just Blissey exists.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like
I
that's
mean,
this
also,
patch.
that's-
I mean,
you can make an
Wakey was really
argument
good
of
defender,
Tree
but
Top
Blissey
being better
exists.
than Machamp.
That's another argument that's like kind of irrelevant, but like it's a great topic. It's like if Blissey does get taken out, I feel like Trevenant. If Trevenant doesn't get touched, then like he will be a fucking monster of a defender.
I think
I
it's
mean-
just Slowbro show then.
It's better than
I think Trevenant's better than Slowbro. I think
I think
Trevenant's better than Machamp top as well.
yeah. I think
I think
Trevenant
curious.
is. I think Trevenant is.
You could probably put Trevenant like above Pikachu.
Yeah, I think Trevenant would go
I
right
think that's
here.
fine.
But Trevenant has a very unique thing it does where it buys a lot of time for the backline. Like stuff
Also,
like
Trevenant's
Decidueye,
ult
the
is-
Nemesis is running, kind of gets...
Trevenant's ult is really low cooldown.
Trevenant's ult is
And-
also very good with every single comp.
All around, it does a lot of good things. It doesn't. There's not a lot of like bad things that this Pokemon
boy,
does.
Aegislash.
Oh well.
Oh, here we
I
go, bro.
stand by S tier for the rest of this fucking session. I don't care.
No.
No.
Definitely A.
Mike just said no.
Can we agree on A?
I
then?
think Aegislash is the best jungler in the game.
Can we agree on A?
I think Aegislash is the best jungler in the game.
I think it's broken.
I think it's broken too, but I mean, all
I
of us have
think-
to come to a decision on this.
It's
No,
pretty hard countered by
it's-
Cinderace.
I think Aegislash.
That's not necessarily true.
Yeah, I think Aegislash only has like one matchup with Cinderace, but me personally playing against Toon, playing Cinderace against this Aegislash, it's not like the freest thing for Cinder. I think this Pokemon does too much, and also like it's not even as bad as Blastoise in like its early evolution.
1
there we
through
are.
4 is really strong. The only weak part about it is 5
Yeah.
through 7. But if you're in the jungle, that's irrelevant anyways.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can we at least agree that Aegislash is at least like, let's say right now between Venusaur and Sylveon?
No,
No,
it's
I think
higher.
it's
It's
S.
higher.
It's S.
I-
It's
It's
So
S.
higher.
Would it pass? Would we put it in
Yes,
between
it's-
Greninja
I'd-
and Cinder?
I would put it.
I would put
so
Aegislash.
broken,
I would
bro.
put Aegislash.
I'd put it
I would
above
put Aegislash
Greninja.
Between,
I put it
I would
above
put it above
Greninja.
A9. I would put it in between A9 and Lucario. That's where I'd put
Yeah.
Aegislash.
I put it above Greninja for sure.
But shit is
There's no reason for this thing to have like such a short Unite cooldown.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
It does too much
it's
damage.
also the
The-
secure. It's the fucking secure or
The
the old. That's
secure-
for me. That's for me. it's
Wide
just
Guard
too
for
much.
some reason is one of the best abilities in the fucking game. His auto is crit for 1.5k for some reason.
He's
I don't know.
unkillable.
I got no
It's
music. I'm
uncanny.
bored as
It's
shit.
literally-
It's actually so unkillable.
He's literally unkillable. Blissey ults fucking Aegislash, you're not killing that thing for the next minute.
So are we okay with putting it in between A9 and Luca, or are we still arguing that it's A?
I think it goes above A9, probably slightly below Luca.
No, that's what I'm saying, in between Luca and A9.
Yeah.
Does anybody disagree with that decision? If so,
No.
speak
Not
up.
wrong. It's really good into the current meta. Like maybe in another meta it's
I think
different.
A9
Like
is good.
everyone's playing tank.
I
it feels
think
like
I
it
might-
creates damage too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
The thing is, I understand.
But I don't know.
I'm gonna do.
Hold on,
I'm gonna do
don't
this
move
right now.
stuff yet. Don't move stuff yet. We'll wait till we get to the end. And then we'll
No, I'm putting it there for now. That's for sure.
Shit, here we go.
They're all
Got
done.
gutted. Got absolutely.
That shit's like
I'm gonna put it better than Talon.
rated B.
I'd say
I would-
I feel like it's slightly underrated.
In
It
what
does
aspect?
a lot of things on its own.
Definitely better than
It's
Talon.
consistent damage. It has a strong secure. It,
Play the tune clip. Sure. I did see that.
Wait, what was the tune clip? What was it? I don't understand.
He
It was
just
Aegislash.
he just killed he just killed everyone.
24.
Yeah, he just
Oh.
killed everyone. I think the Rolodon is worse than Garchomp. I think it's really bad.
Really?
Why would you ever pick this refrigerator that cannot have any mobility spells? For what reason?
People play frickin'
you could pick it
Boss
and have a
control.
secure and prioritize other things too. Stuff like that.
Why would you play the Rolodon for Secure? Secure isn't good anymore.
Yeah, when there
Look at Dragonite, look at Serena, look at Gardevoir.
Well, when there are things like Aegislash, like as well, Aegislash, that just fucking.
I think there are just no uses for this Pokemon.
Dude,
Yeah.
There really isn't.
Nerf
There really
Dura,
isn't.
the secure would have been tough, like just by this time. It's just a
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could out secure Dura with like Egg Bomb after 3 months.
Yeah, D-Pulse does suck balls. Like I agree, Otter. The D-Pulse, like Flash Cannon, is like a meme. I just doesn't fire fast enough to actually be considered any damage dealer, and you can only play a jungle.
Is that like they had to nerf it to the ground because the move was just too broken. Like it's literally a stat check move. It's like
Honestly, I think
the
Dura's
I think
Dura
Dura
just has
could
that
go
problem
right
with the
here,
Pokemon.
and I'd be fine with this. I'd be fine
yeah,
with this one.
yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. That's perfectly.
It's terrible. It doesn't do anything.
Azumarill, what are y'all thinking?
Overlord,
I
what
don't
do you
think-
think?
I actually
plus,
don't
that's
think
plus.
Azumarill's that bad.
I think
That's
Azumarill.
plus.
Do we
That's
put it up
plus.
there?
What?
Okay, let's agree with it. Let's think of a tier.
Although,
Like, do
I
we think
think
A or B?
Everything Azumarill does.
I think Azumarill's
I
B.
think everything
Hand-
Azumarill
hand- hand
does,
with
Absol
Serena.
does better.
Let Overlord talk,
The
please.
only. Yeah,
Go.
everything that character does, Absol does better. The only thing Azumarill has is literally it's ult.
Bulby just types S plus. Shut your ass up,
We
Bulby.
just said S.
Yeah, shut your ass up, bro.
I mean, I've actually had a decent amount of success playing fucking.
Dude, the spammable ult is nice, I'll be honest.
It really is.
But can't you do the same thing on Machamp?
I mean,
No.
it's much more spammable.
Azumarill, you average like 6 ults a game. Like it's actually
It's
kind of
wild.
fucking insane.
It's really.
So do you actually think
The
it,
only bad thing about Azumarill is it's secure in lane is it actually doesn't have a secure in lane.
Well, its passive sucks.
Its
ass,
best secure is auto attacks. But if the enemy is on top of the farm, you're never gonna out secure them.
I feel like the passive on Azumarill is what holds the character back as well.
Is Azumarill better than Serena? That's a good
Honestly,
question.
Yes.
I could see.
I'd say
yes. In a certain scenario, yes.
Then like it's
Is it better than Machamp?
Serena and Machamp, right? Like
Is
surely
it like this?
Yeah,
I think it's like this.
probably.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that's
perfectly okay
fine.
with that.
I think
with
D-Knight is
Azumarill
better.
it's
I think
like,
D-Knight's better.
Meryl kind of sucks. Like Bubble is honestly one of the worst abilities in the game. But once you it's not that much of a struggle to hit 5. And once you hit 5 with a Whirlpool, you can actually pretty much beat anyone top. And one v1 is 5.
Well, Espeon, you guys can take this away. I have no idea anything. I mean, I
No
kind of know
clue.
what this Pokemon does, but I really don't fucking know. All I know is what the ult does.
I think it's fucking like
From what I've seen,
Bottom
like,
of
it's pretty
B, bro.
bad, but I also think it has a pretty high skill cap. So like, I think people are gonna rate it worse.
I-
than it
Well,
I
do we
think-
do we not want to rate it yet because it's too
Hold on.
early, or we...
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll go for a good shot. Yeah, I'll go for a good shot. I think,
Wait, but you're
It's-
bad at it.
yeah. Let me talk. I was playing a lot of
bro. I don't.
playing a lot of an unstreamed.
You play against GG. Shut up, kid. No one cares, bro.
Okay, okay, I played against
Wait,
people.
wait,
Hey,
did you do
hey,
30?
hey,
Did you do
everybody
30
calm down,
against GG
calm down,
Overlord?
calm down.
I did 55k one game. Let's all relax. Let's all calm down. You also about five of those games you were level 6 taking all of our dinos. That's all I'm saying. You know that's true. You looking worthless jungler, whatever.
This is the Gren game. The Gren game, I took 2 on Dinos. But the other
You took them like at least 2 Cinder games. Relax. At least 2 Cinder games. Alright. Yeah, watch the loss. I think it's worse than Pikachu. That's for sure. It's already worse than Pikachu. The secure is good. The lane's like mid, but Pikachu's laning is still better. I think it just does more damage.
I would rather have a D9 attacker than a fucking Espeon attacker.
Really? I think
It's
Espeon, dude.
Bro, it's
It doesn't do anything late game. It doesn't do anything late game.
You do good in lane, you hit level 8, you press your ult against level 6 Pikachu, and they lose no HP. And you're just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think it does nothing in lane. I mean late game. It does nothing late game.
I actually think it's really good in lane.
It does nothing late game. Yeah.
Lane, it's dog shit.
Yeah, it does nothing late game.
It doesn't scale. Like the scaling on this
exists.
Pokemon is just non-existent, right?
All it does,
Correct.
like,
Yeah.
you have like a 2 level advantage and you're still useless.
So the reason why I think Pikachu would be better is because like Espeon ult is just
Like, well, I
not
think
good.
we haven't seen the right builds. Like, I feel like energy
That's
is broken.
Bro, I've tried
Oh.
half of the builds already. I've talked to Lazen about it. I've tried both the movesets. It doesn't change anything. It's
Yeah,
still
it-
ass.
It wouldn't make sense to run energy amp. You're
Yeah.
already like
So,
low damage.
yeah.
Amplifying
That's
something by 20% is much better when you're
Yeah.
I think the ult cooldown is not
When you spam the unite.
the ult is not the ult cooldown is not as fast as Pikachu. I know that for a fact when I played Espeon. It is not as fast as Pikachu. It's slower. I think it's like
tough to say. Because
I think it's like Greninja.
Azumarill-
It's like Greninja cooldown. I think.
Azumarill, the day after she
Oh, it's
came
fast.
out, like we would have all put her at D, and now she's like respectable. But for now, like it's probably not that good, right?
Yeah, you have to figure out the best way to play it.
Very high skill cap.
Yeah, I think you have to.
Very high skill.
Like, yeah,
I think the laning is a very high skill cap. I think late game, once people are very fast, like with movement speed, with hyperspace soul, and all have Blissey, it doesn't do anything. Period. No matter how well you play it.
Bro, try to aim Psybeam and fucking Psyshock. 30
It's 112 seconds? I think it's Greninja, right?
Everybody's moving at normal speed, and you have to move your fucking slow ass fucking Nintendo
yeah,
to
that's
fucking
why
trying to hit them.
it's very hard.
Yeah, man. Yeah, high skill cap, bro. Whatever.
No, it's impossible.
What do you mean?
No, it's impossible.
It's impossible, Slash. It's impossible. There's
Yeah.
no fucking
Comparing-
skill. It's
I
impossible.
mean, I'm comparing this to
not
mobile
which
where you have
game mobile.
perfect frames all the time.
Oh wait, it says low as Blastoise? Really? Apparently it says low as
Yeah,
Blastoise
it
ult
is,
cooldown.
it is, but yeah, it's really fast.
very fast. You get like 11% ult charge. on
But also you run amp on Blastoise and you don't on this champ.
I mean, the ult on fucking Espeon does nothing. It actually does nothing.
Yeah, the ult is just bad.
Why have an Espeon when you can have a Sylveon?
The problem is like the Pikachu is like safe because it's really far and the ult is really good defensively, but Espeon is immobile, squishy.
Its ult can get fucking cancelled by Safeguard
Yep.
and full heal.
Wait, Espeon versus Dragonite. What would you take?
I'm
Dragonite,
taking D9
Dragonite.
all day.
I-
All
Taking
day.
D9.
I'm comfortable on D-Knight, so I'll definitely pick D-Knight over Espeon. Yeah, dude. Oh, this is...
Maybe I would put.
I think we're putting it too high. I don't know.
I think it's B as well.
I think it's here.
No. I'm saying like, do we think Espeon's better than Talon?
That's so hard to say. But
That's... The roles are just so different. Holy.
Fair enough.
we can debate that on S. But like,
Well,
we
would
do
we?
it for
Well, would
every
we say?
character.
Well, would we say like, I don't know, like, is it
It-
better in the attacker role or the jungler, or like, or jungle role? Do we think it's? Just
I think in the hierarchy of attacker and like in the hierarchy of jungle, Espeon would be lower.
Right. Okay. I didn't know. I was just asking because I haven't really seen.
Yeah,
much
but
of
it's
the
hard.
jungle
It's
game.
hard because like
Honestly,
it's
Otter,
hard
I think
'cause
I
you
agree.
don't-
What did Otter say?
I'd rather have Cramorant over Espeon attacker. No joke.
You're just,
Yeah.
you're just praying
Correct.
lovers, Slam.
No, Cram actually does something at 2 minutes. Espeon does nothing at 2 minutes.
Ram's ult is actually good.
The Espeon Unite can actually set up for things though. Like it's not gonna do anything on its own, but it's like just
You
another
can
Gardevoir.
you can deny people from walking.
But you
into
know
the
how
pit from
hard,
one
you know how hard that is to set up, Mike. In in theory, especially with a lot of things where you have full heal, safeguard. Like when you have a bunch of these things that just cancel it out, don't you think it's really hard to set that up in general?
But then at the same time, I did what Curious did, like for TTV members. Like,
I don't think Cramorant is better than Espeon.
Well, to say that as well, Mike, I did
But-
see Curios hit like 5 members with Espeon ult, and then nothing happened. He
I
literally
think
got
Cramorant's
five
high skill cap. I think Cramorant's high skill cap, but so is Espeon.
I'm making fun of Slash.
Oh, sheesh.
it's all about timing.
There.
Yeah, I think I just leave her there. I think it's a little. I think Talon's some dookie, so I'm just
We
gonna
don't
put
even
above
have to
Talon.
debate the next one anyway. Just throw it up.
Yeah,
on
just
the floor. We don't even have to
no
debate
no
that.
question.
Decidueye is interesting.
This situation is really interesting. I
Yeah,
want
this
Yifan.
one-
I want Yifan's opinion. This is super interesting. My initial thought after
Dragon
trying. No, we're not dragging anybody
A
here.
tier on
But
mobile, C
I-
tier on.
I think after trying to play Decidueye for a while and giving up and trying to play him again and giving up a second time.
I mean, I don't know. The push-ups probably made you quit. Such an interesting. This is probably one of the.
See, as the best Decidueye on the team, I think I can answer this question.
Oh
shit.
my god, bro. You got lucky one game, bro.
What do you mean?
Lucky.
Bro, I guarantee you I've hit more arrows than fucking Nick in his life.
You know what, let's ask.
Sheesh.
Just ask the
He
chat.
probably
Let's
has no
ask the
idea.
chat.
I asked for Yeetfan, do not joke right now. D tier my.
Sasha
It's
knows
not-
X nerfed on Decidueye this year.
Dude, you like literally the random from the stack who makes you
The random in the stack? Who's that, bro?
Okay, Slash, have I played Decidueye with you, bro? I've actually hit my
Yeah,
arrows.
yeah.
I actually do
Bro.
hit my arrows.
Yeah,
actually cried.
right, guys, I hit my arrow.
Okay. I'll
Let's
give
ask this.
I'll give my first shot at like actually thinking about Decidueye in like a serious manner.
Okay.
Decidueye, laning sucks, right? No question. Laning is absolute garbage. You are like the squishiest Pokemon in the game. You're like also Decidueye's like auto attack animation is like nowhere near as fluid as like Greninja or Cinderace. There's like something weird about like Decidueye where like it's jank. Like you throw out your leaf and then you like stand still and then you have to move. There's like something wrong with Decidueye's auto attacks where you cannot kite smoothly like Cinderace or Greninja, which I think is like really bad for it in lane.
I think.
No? Or is-
No, I agree.
there's something weird with his
I
auto
like
attacks.
Decidueye.
Like there's actually something wrong with his auto attacks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't auto attack that character though. I think it's.
Yeah, I know you can.
I think
yeah.
it's top of C.
But I'm talking about lane.
when
I'm
do
talking
we
about
think-
I
laning.
think it's top of C.
When do we
Okay,
think
that's
this
fine.
Pokemon becomes useful? Like at level 7 when it gets what the arrow?
It's better than A9 and Venus. Stop the cap, man. That's some.
The character never becomes useful because the enemy team has Blastoise or Aegislash. And oh, well, look at that. Decidueye is useless.
That's true. We take into context of this patch, right? And like,
Oh,
Yes.
the enemy team
Poke?
has Trevenant,
Yeah.
useless.
Poke is like
Enemy team's
Poke.
playing Pup Lucario, useless.
Poke used to be really good, but everybody's just getting TP back to spawn.
Yeah, now that portal's a thing,
doesn't do
where you
anything.
can just get a free reset. It does kind of.
And like, look at these Pokemon in S tier.
And maybe
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
just wrong, but do we think the ult does like negative damage sometimes? Like
You
does a lot.
it does a
doesn't
lot.
actually do a lot.
It does a lot. It does a lot.
It's really good for CG.
I would put it at top of C.
I think Decidueye having an extremely high skill cap, not just like landing the arrow, but like the positioning with Decidueye is so unique and so difficult to incorporate into a competitive environment that it brings it down a lot. Like if you could play like Decidueye, like if every Decidueye played like Yifan or something like that, it's like whatever.
Then it would be two.
And it would be D.
Damn.
With it,
But like if you played Decidueye like optimally,
Bro.
you could say Decidueye's like like maybe up here or maybe like up here.
Slash optimally and use the circle.
But you
every
don't-
time
you-
attack to perfectly reposition
Yeah.
the character. Like
But that's why Aegislash is S tier, bro. That's why he's up
Like,
there.
this guy could be below Espeon or like in I feel like in A tier, like even. I'm not even kidding. If you get a hit on
I think he's
Decidueye,
a better than Espeon. I think he's better than
He-
Espeon.
he is a
but do we
pretty
also
secure.
do we
He's
also
pretty secure.
I have to put this into the argument. Do we also think that it's like really hard sometimes
okay,
when it
but
comes?
name another good Decidueye besides Ethan. When when he actually played it in that meta. When the meta actually
Shut up, Nick. Shut up,
No,
Nick.
I'm just kidding. Elo was really good. Elo was
There
really
is
good.
no other Decidueyes that was actually.
Elo played Decidueye? What?
I don't even know if he plays.
I remember one time I was playing against Elo and Ladder, and I was playing Cinder, and I got so ahead early, and then I felt like I couldn't play the game in that fight.
So do we think that does the
That's true. We should rank them like they are being played optimally though. Because if you pull it out in competitive, it should be played optimally.
Okay, so what do you think,
But
Mike?
nobody's
Yeah.
played it optimally.
I
Yet.
think
So I
the
don't-
main
I
thing
think
to
it's
Decidueye.
overrated.
But the only time it would be played in competitive,
Guys, let Mike talk.
if
let
it's-
Mike talk.
The main thing Decidueye does is making you like pay the Decidueye tax. Like basically you need to pick a counter to it and it'll be very easy for you to like do something in that game, but if you don't, then Decidueye is just gonna take over. Because it's actually very good if it's not being threatened.
but there's like 5,000 Pokemon that can counter him.
Yep. So it makes it very hard to play this patch in comparison to some of the earlier patches, but it's the same thing. If it's not being countered in that game, it's really good. But
Well, in the last patch there was Talonflame, and it was still like pretty good.
I think
It's
it.
brave
So
Talonflame.
nobody played Braver Talon even though it was like actually.
I mean, I was playing it and I was clapping Decidueyes, bro. Like,
You're trash at Talon show.
dude, you never play with where I play Talon, but I'm trying to
Yeah,
be.
You, Nick was nice on Talon. Whoa, Nick was nice on Talon. Whoa.
I'm trying to not to joke and be unironic here. I'm trying not to, I got pretty good at Talon, like
No,
unironic.
I remember I was on the team.
You were nice. You were nice at Talon.
Nick
You were
actually
nice at
was
Talon.
actually a good talent.
And Talon.
I was pretty nice. I was pretty nice on Mamoswine too.
That's the other thing. That is, I'm actually trying to go for it. Just shut up for a second. That's the other thing. After I played Cinder against Elo Decidueye, I switched to Talon, and it was just like a lot easy. Obviously, a lot easier. But I'm just saying, like, because Talon did exist, like, but Decidueye was still good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kinda see what you're saying?
Braver Talon was meta back then.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think it could be. I think it could be higher than we think. Decidueye.
Gengar's
Blastoise, Blissey aren't on Hoopa's level. That could be an argument, but I think you can replace them.
That's true.
Okay. This
Machamp
is
actually just one-shots Decidueye with Dynamic Punch. You don't even need to do that.
yeah. I
guess.
think. Okay.
Sword one-shots it with one auto attack.
So have we agreed to A or B on this Pokemon? Like, have we agreed?
I honestly think it's just top of C. I actually think Gengar. I'd rather have a Gengar
I think
than a
B tier.
Decidueye.
I think B
I
tier.
think B personally.
Nick,
Yeah, I think he's reasonable.
Elo,
Michael,
yeah.
what do you think?
I think somewhere like above or below Espeon, like close.
But Elo put the screenshot I couldn't play into your decision.
Dude, I told you, bro. I'm not even kidding. I remember like talking to him about it. I was like, wow, Decidueye actually counter Cinder.
Well, Mike and Elo, where do y'all think? Do y'all think A, B, or C? Like, where do y'all think? Since we have
Like bottom of B.
bottom of B. Okay, Mike,
Yeah,
where would you? What
Can't
do you
give it
think?
too much credit. It's too easy to counter.
So you would not put it in the middle. You would not put it in the middle of B.
My first thought is this. I think it's better than Garchomp.
So we think it's better than Talon.
Every meta Pokemon, like,
Talent's
any
weird.
comp will counter Decidueye. Like, you'll have a Greedent, Lucario, or like Ren, or like even Absol to run it down. And, like,
Aegislash.
Aegislash.
Yeah. And if any of these Pokemon exist in your game, just think about the team fight realistically. They'll
Yeah.
chase you out of the
Okay.
fight, and then they'll
Okay,
go back to the fight.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I completely agree that like almost any of these Pokemon can just solo kill Cinderace, like Decidueye. That's no problem. It's like when you want to see it in competitive. Yes, I agree that probably nobody or almost close to nobody will like try to pull it out. But when people actually play it, right? And we assume that when they play in competitive tournament, right, or like really competitive scrims, they'll have practiced it. They'll know what kind of comp goes with it, like Nemesis, and that the Decidueye player is very used to playing against these kind of things. I think there is a way to kind of position in like and be useful in almost all parts of the game, except for laning. Like even if
Meta, sure.
I still disagree.
if
think
you're
This meta is hit. There's no reason ever to play Decidueye.
The only way I can see Decidueye maybe working is if you still have a goal zone up. But you have a Decidueye with weak early game. You're like relying on getting a lucky steal on the Dreads, you can keep a goal zone up.
Or just getting lucky
Not
steals on the Dinos.
You're
over
not
and
even
over
showing for the first Dreadnought what you need.
Yeah.
Also, another thing I wanted to bring up, do we think like attack weight is also like very dependent on this Pokemon or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
you need
well,
a
with
pathway.
that being said, because an item is so dependent on this Pokemon to even survive, so like, do y'all agree? Like,
I think
if
this
has no
Pokemon
attack
dependent
weight
on this
stats-
item. Isn't
No,
it this
I'm saying-
Pokemon dependent on the item? Are you dumb, bro?
Shut the
Cinder
fuck
is
up.
dependent on Muscle Band.
No, but my point being is that because
Your mom is dependent on these nuts, bro.
Oh,
If,
God.
if this Pokemon has
Sorry,
no
Donovan.
attack weight stacks, let's say like 4 minutes in, do we think the Pokemon's just like actually it's unplayable, or like say 5 minutes in, it's literally like impossible to even do anything on this
Let's say
Pokemon?
the same thing about Lucario.
Yeah, you can.
With
That's
zero
good.
attack weight stacks is kind of
Well, it's also just like if you
But
run
also-
attack weight and you don't have any stacks, it's just like.
But it's also on top of that. But the thing is, Overlord, Luca has
well,
an
even then.
like if
if
Luca gets behind, he has an option because he's playing top lane. I think he also
Yeah.
has like he can split and get those attack weight stacks whether he's behind or not. I think
I mean,
it's really
Luca
hard
can
for a
score and
Decidueye
not
to
get-
find
yeah.
stacks if he's behind.
Luca can score and not get murdered. Like
Right,
if
and
you score 5 as
Decidueye's gonna
Decidueye,
have to int his brains out to
yeah,
do that
if you score as
attack weight
Decidueye, if you try to score 1 time as Decidueye bot lane, you'll die no matter what. Blastoise can
And
even
see,
score.
That's another reason why I don't
Yeah.
think this Pokemon is
Blastoise can even score bot lane. I played it and like, you can score bot lane and not get murdered. Like it's okay. You can not
Mhm.
die, but Decidueye will die every time.
Actually,
I just think depending on those attack weight stacks is what also sets this Pokemon behind, like on compared to others, like other attackers as well.
I think it's
It's fine.
I think
I definitely don't think it's the middle of B tier. I think it's towards the.
I
bottom.
think it's low
Now,
B. I think
would
I think
put
it's
it
a
in the very bottom.
low.
I don't know, but I would definitely.
I don't
put it
think.
towards the
I
bottom.
actually don't think Gengar. Now look at it. I think Gengar should be higher. Gengar
You don't
doesn't-
think you don't think Gengar should be? Sorry, you cut out.
Gengar should be higher?
Gengar should be. That's fine. Yeah, we can come back to that. That was one of the notes we had. That's one of the notes we're gonna come back to.
Gengar actually has the best secure in the game. Shadow Ball fucking 3 meters.
Yeet fan believers rise up. Yeet fan advocated for Absol and Gengar to be higher.
Its ult is actually really good at that fight too.
His ult
Alright,
is really good at
so-
If I was a Yeet fan believer, I would rate them way lower. Like,
That's messed up.
No.
Alright, so this is the first draft. So we kind of come up with a general idea.
What bullet points do we have right now?
Okay, let's go through let's go through them. Venusaur. Like this entire top of A. Like not Greedent. I think Greedent can be top of A, that's fine.
We're gonna argue about.
Nah, I think this bottom 5 is fine. I think this bottom 5 is fine. People say Sylveon's overrated. I don't think so. I think Sylveon's still really good.
Row by row.
But no, I don't think. I think there's no contest to S and S plus.
I think.
Okay, I have one thing that you can discuss it, but Aegislash is only playable in one role, and it has so many other characters that can be played in that role. I don't think, even though it is very strong,
It's
that
the
it's
best
comparable to the other S tier
It's the
strength.
best character. It's the best character in its role though.
it's playable.
That's like saying
so a lot of
Lucario.
users
You can
play-
replace
Yeah.
Lucario with other
I
characters
think-
at top.
yeah.
Right? You can play Green Machamp.
It's
Serena,
possible.
but
So it's possible to play. I think it's also possible to play top. I agree. I also think Aegislash doesn't really have.
Okay, I
Any-
wanna-
Name a comp. Aegislash does not do good into. Like there's not a single comp Aegislash doesn't do good into.
No,
The only thing we can
nothing
say is
it doesn't
Cinderace.
do, like,
Yeah, we can
well
only
with
say
it, but, like,
Cinderace. Maybe.
Just generally high damage comps, it struggles a little bit more with, right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
I'm sorry.
think so. I don't think it struggles against anything except for you could. I don't
If
know
they're high damage, they're
Aegislash
also
is hard
squishy,
counted,
so they get one
I
shot.
don't think it hard counted.
Correct.
Like, dude, the only thing that counters
I
Aegislash,
agree,
in
for
my
sure.
opinion, is like slow bro. That's it. Slowbro's the only thing that counters it, and nobody plays that character.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. I
So
think.
are we okay?
Aegislash,
are we,
yes.
So with this being said, are we okay with Greedent being top of A?
Yes. I think Greninja could be.
I would personally like.
I think Greninja's higher than Greedent.
I do think the 4 and S tier are a step above like high A tier, but like also I feel like A tier is too bloated. Like there's so many.
So
Pokemon
you think like the top 4 of A are like A+?
I think we should put more I have the opinion that we should put like this, whatever, all into D tier. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear your answers. Yeah. We could put more Pokemon in D tier and put more of these Pokemon in C tier.
I think Garden C tier actually.
Well, I mean, it's too late.
I saw that earlier too.
I was gonna say like I disagree with your system for S+ tier. Like Pokemon that have to be played in the game sounds like you're just describing like the best Pokemon in the game, which is Hoopa. Like, I don't think he needs his own separate tier. Like, we can just call him the best Pokemon.
I think he does.
I think it does. I think it does.
Hoopa literally.
To be Hoopa, like to be a Hoopa tier.
You look at how broken Blissey is, and then you look at how broken Hoopa is. I actually think there's a big gap between how broken they are.
Yeah.
Even though Blissey is that OP, I still think Hoopa is.
I think the tier is worth to display how much of a broken tier, like how much of the brokenness of Hoopa, like it's like unbelievable, like in comparison to any other Pokemon. So we're just gonna go with that.
It's like, I mean, people don't even call it support role anymore. People
They call it the Hoopa role.
Looking for Hoopa.
Looking for Hoopa. Yeah. It used to be that way for Lucario too.
Yeah, looking for
Lucario.
Lucario.
Nobody said looking for top. They said looking for Lucario. Now it's literally looking for Hoopa. You can't
Looking
put
for
anything
Cinder, weak one.
looking for Greedent when Greedent was released.
Looking for lags, like first month of the game. Looking for lags.
True.
Hold on, give me.
I
give me
think we
a
need to
sec.
move on for Curio. We need to talk about Ninetales because Curio's like randomly moved there.
Wait, hold on, give me a second.
I don't think Ninetales.
Let's just call it, bruh. Let's just call it.
Wait, hold on.
Tier list, bro. Not play that.
I'm not trying
I
to play
think
Pokemon.
Gengar should be higher. I think Ninja is higher than Greedent.
I think
And,
Guardian
even-
is
I think it's
Guardian
accurate
goes down.
enough.
I don't think this tier list is
Guardians and
horrible, but I
uses.
think there are some debatable topics in this tier list. But I
You
don't
can
think it's
debate
horrible.
all of this, bruh.
You can debate what you can debate anything.
Yeah.
Um, I'll do. I think this is fine.
I think Gengar should be like higher than Azumarill.
I think Venus Cinder was Venus Cinder. Venus Cinder.
Been on phone.
I think Cinder's better than Venus, or
I think A is fine except for Slowbro and maybe Zard. I think you could probably put both of those in B.
I don't think Solo necessarily is a counter though. You can play Solo against Blissey. You're just playing the game differently.
But it's like the LD treatment almost. It's just not as extreme. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's why it's an A. Yeah.
I mean, you could say LD's still really good, but like it gets overshadowed by fucking Blissey. That's why I put Machamp in B. I can't put Machamp in A because Lucario didn't exist. Machamp could probably be A tier.
Alright.
Just
Yeah.
existing, I think Silver's B.
I think Garchomp sucks actually. I think we should put Garchomp in C. With Gardevoir.
I think Gardevoir is C.
You would only play Garchomp jungle, but there's really easy ways to play Garchomp no matter what.
Garchomp top is still pretty viable.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can put Gardevoir in C.
Gardevoir pass. Gengar's probably better than Azumarill.
You think Gengar is really better than Azumarill? Like more useful?
Yeah. I mean, its ult is actually very impactful at Zapfight. It's Dread Secure. It's Objective Secure with Dream Eater Shadow Ball is insane. The only reason Gengar is bad is because it's Ghastly is like shit. Which means you can't really help top in.
Why am I so laggy, man?
Reason it's that bad. Everything else about Gengar is fine. And again, if you say we're talking about it played optimally, if you play Gengar optimally, you can literally team fight by yourself if you're hitting all your abilities.
Alright.
I'm okay with that. I mean, Azumarill.
Bro, Azumarill is not that good, bro.
But Gengar is not that good either.
It's better than a Azumarill, bro. Azumarill is fucking... Who else plays Azumarill in this entire game besides me and Volby? No one.
But who plays Gengar anymore? Ask Dave.
A lot of people.
Red game.
Those guys aren't
Revlo
competitive
play a
players.
jungle, Rin plays a jungle.
Red game plays a
I've
jungle.
seen people play it a couple times. I've seen a lot of junglers play it, actually.
Would you rather have D9 or Gengar? I go with D9.
Would I rather have piss or would I rather have shit? I don't know.
What? Whoa. Don't be funny my boy Dragonite like that. Absol? I think Absol...
bro has a fucking dent on his head, bro. He's a fucking, like...
that's
He has a
toxic.
bump on his head, bro. It's just, like, sticking out. I don't know.
Alright, let's just play ladder, bro.
I think it's good enough. I think Guardy's better than Duro.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine. I don't know.
Espeon... I think it can be better than Talon.
Like, you could definitely move. You could
And
move
that's the black hand tier list.
You can move what?
anything, like, A and below, like, up or down a spot or two. It's just, like, hard to say
I
exactly.
don't want to sit here and talk about it for the next 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that's true.
Alright.
We're
Save.
talking about it for 2 hours already.
What? Log in?
Just take a screenshot of it.
Oh no, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're
Snipping
good.
tool. It's great.
Wait, snipping tool? What? No, this is fine.
Do you not know what snipping tool is?
No, I do. It can. I buy the image, bro. That's what I'm talking
But you can do it without downloading shit off the internet.
Alright. That's gonna be it. I don't even know. I think my stream crashed in the middle of doing this.
Yeah.
It's your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it was my internet. It was definitely my internet, which messed
Are
up
you
my.
recording as well on Streamlabs, or are you only streaming?
I'm just streaming on OBS, but I have VODs like available. But I'm not exactly sure of the.
You should have recorded too. It's easier that way.
Hmm.
Because then you don't have to go through the VOD and clip it out. You just have it saved on your computer. You can edit it.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I have to download it anyway, so I might as well have. Oh well. Alright, but yeah, everybody pulled through, and we provided all of our thoughts. Dude, the fact that I have this text up here is really awkward.
Uh-oh, my Wi-Fi isn't working.
Dude, I wanted to point that out. You have the fucking Ascendance versus GG scripts that the entire fucking list.
Yeah, that is very awkward. Okay, but yeah, this is pretty much our general thoughts on what we think is really good in competitive for this patch. Please nerf Hoopa. Get this Pokemon out of my face. This Pokemon is actually just dumb broken. But other than that, thank you all very much for pulling through. We're going to be making more content like this in the future about different things in the game. And we're really excited to just share more of our thoughts on Pokemon Unite. So thank you all very much for watching.
We're not excited.
Shut up. That's getting cut out.
Why are you silencing me, bro?
We're not excited.
Why are you silencing me? Is this
What do you mean?
dictatorship? Is this team a dictatorship?
What do you mean, dictatorship? Not the
That's what
cap,
you're
bro.
gonna say? You're the only one who gets any